All right, boys, girls, what do we got?
A long time since you went up there. What's your thoughts?
Our first thought is that maybe we'd like to have another day or two to prepare, but I think that the importance of the Maui Classic was something that we really wanted to to give it a shot, and I think it was a good experience for our guys. I think, as I said over there, I really feel this way that we got better as a team. I wish the results were a little bit different, but when you take on that tournament, especially the way it's put together with the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of Thanksgiving, and then our situation with the Marriott Center, you know that you're going to be in for a tough schedule coming home from that tournament. So I'm pleased with the way our guys played on Saturday, and look forward to getting this game plan in and then getting after a little bit today, and then see how we do tomorrow.
You going to practice down in the RV today?
Actually, no, we're going to practice in the Spectrum. So we're going to leave here, and then we'll go up and practice there tonight. Yeah.
Dave, with college sports doing away with a lot of rivalries because of conference changes and that, how important is it to keep rivalry games like this on the schedule and to go through with it?
Well, I hope we can continue to do it. I think it's interesting. We all know the change. I've been here for 17 or 18 years, and this has really changed. It seems like all of us have changed leagues except Weber State. Southern Utah's changed their league, and Utah Valley, and Utah State, and us, and Utah, and so hopefully we can continue to play each other. I think the one thing that when I came to Utah 30 plus years ago and as a player to play at Dixie, now it's Dixie State College or Dixie State University, I was just really impressed with the basketball in the state of Utah, not just how it was played, but just how popular it was. Coming from the state of Texas, you could play a football game on a Friday night in November and have 25 or 30,000 people at a high school football game, and then play in the arena right across the street on a Saturday for basketball and maybe have 23 or 2,400 watching the same two schools play. So I was really excited about the popularity of basketball in the state, and I think just been impressed with it over the years, and hopefully we can continue to play each other. It's the games are great, the fans really enjoy them, and it's not the funnest thing I think for the coaches, but I think it's really the players love it and fans love it, so hopefully we can keep doing it.
How different is it to be in a true road environment as opposed to a neutral environment like that?
Well, I think every team responds a little bit different to that. I think some teams, that real road, true road experience has a real effect on them. Others doesn't have much of an effect, and then some teams you see a real positive effect. We've had some teams in here that almost played better on the road and in those situations. So this will be interesting. The first one out is always interesting to see how your guys respond. We've got some experienced guys that hopefully will be able to handle the first 8-10 minutes of a real hostile environment is interesting. And one thing that we found over the years that if you can be successful offensively, it'll keep them a little bit, maybe not as much into the game, and that'll be a big part for us. We got to go up there and guard them. This is a really athletic team, but hopefully we can get off to a good start.
But you mentioned it's not as fun for the coaches. What makes it a little different for the coaches?
Well, I just think that there's so much competition in not only in the game but off the court, and we're all trying to recruit the same kids, and these games stay with you for a long time. The players can kind of move on to the next game, and I think that sometimes it might feel a little bit better if you avoid the game, But I think the most, like I said before, the most important thing is to jump in there and keep playing them, because I think it's good for everybody.
What's the most intriguing matchup in this game?
Well, there's a couple that really intrigue me. I think that Jalen Moore is a heck of a player, and he's kind of a hybrid four that he plays a lot of perimeter, but he's good in the post, and that'll be interesting to see. How we match up with him. He kind of reminds me a little bit of the kid from Purdue that we had some problems with. So hopefully we learned from that a little bit. I think our point guard matchup will be really interesting. That Kyle has played really well, and hopefully Skylar can continue his progression as far as his health is concerned, and he can get some big minutes for us. But and then Garden, the big fella Collette inside will be an issue for us too. So we'll try and figure it out.
You play Saturday up at Energy Solutions Arena. Just what's the benefit of scheduling a game up there and being able to play in an NBA arena, getting your guys out?
Well, I think there's two things that we've kind of been able to do with that. They've been really good to us to allow us to have the building. With us being out of the building the first week of December every year because of an event that's scheduled here in the Marriott Center, allows us to stay close to home and still play really good competition. We've had great games in there over the years, and so that's kind of what we look forward to. And I think it gives the fans in that area a chance to watch us play without a lot of travel. And we try to do it in the afternoon on Saturday, the first week of December, and kind of get people into Salt Lake and just enjoy the day, and hopefully we enjoy the day too. We'll see.
If you don't have an out-of-state game for the entire month of December, logistically, do you prefer that over traveling to play outside of the state?
Well, I think we put some pretty good miles on last week, and I kind of break December up into two. Kind of in the 2 months, really, because it's pre-finals and then, I have post-finals, and our schedule, both the front end and the back end, are really important for us. Great games, good teams. The fact that we don't have to travel all over the country to play them, I think, is good for us. Last year in December, we traveled quite a bit, and hopefully that we can. We can play well. That's the biggest key. I just want this team to keep getting better and find different ways to play with a group of guys that I think are really competitive guys.
Hanson's really flourishing at the start of the season. Surprised you at all, or is this kind of what you envisioned at the start?
It doesn't surprise me when seniors have great seasons. I think that. What surprises me, and not so much anymore, the surprise is probably not the right word, but it's hard for players to be patient to get to that senior year. If guys are maybe not having the success that they want, or maybe the minutes aren't adding up, that they tend to leave early. And with Anson, I'm really happy for him because he's been through. He's been through a lot. We've had really good seasons the last 4 years. He's been a part of all of them. But this season has kind of turned out to be his time, and he's taken advantage of it.
With the 2 overtime games, as a coaching staff, what do you have to do to keep guys from not tightening up if the game comes down to the last possession or a defensive stop or something like that?
Well, I think there's a lot of things that are really crucial to the end of games. One of the things that we need to do better as a coaching staff is we need to do a better job of having our guys maybe a little fresher at the end. I mean, we played those guys a lot of minutes, and I think through that process learned a lot about our team. So hopefully that we don't get behind, so we're playing catch up the whole game, because that kind of determines your rotations a little bit. But the most important thing is to execute, get the shots, and I think we did that. We took good shots. Late in the second overtime against San Diego State, we became quite a perimeter-oriented team, which will need to be more aggressive and drive the ball. But I do think that a couple big rebounds here and there could have changed everything in both those games.